All right, we are recording. This session of the JNJ Women's Future Leadership Academy celebrates Women's History Month. My name is Kayla Wong, and I'm a student at Rutgers University majoring in Information Technology and Informatics. I'm also an intern for Junior Achievement of New Jersey. I'm currently working on a couple of our initiatives, like managing our Student Leadership Committee and developing our hackathon, HackJA, which is JNJ's 24-hour hackathon. I'm honored to be joining this session of the Women's Future Leadership Academy along with two of my fellow interns, Oriana and Sanjana, who are here to share their experience and advice with all of you. I'll begin by asking both of you, from your perspective as a former JA high school hero and now a college student, what does it mean to be a female leader? Oriana, we'll begin with you.
Thank you so much, Kayla, for that amazing introduction. Before I give my answer to that, I do want to quickly introduce myself. As Kayla already said, my name is Oriana Nelson, and I'm currently a student at Princeton University with aim to study chemical engineering. And as she also mentioned, I am an intern at Junior Achievement of New Jersey, primarily working with the Women's Future Leadership Academy. And through this initiative, I was able to meet so much amazing women on the panel and the discussion rooms, in the breakout rooms. And I just believe that, every time I do show up with you guys, I learn so much more from them about, what it means to be a powerful woman in a leadership position. And I realized that we have so much empathy and we're willing to, take some time to really develop and see what the problems are and think of creative solutions. So I'm not just going to jump on something and not put effort into it. We always, go the extra mile to create a product that we're really proud of and one that's, have an organized process and we really know, it's going to have a great success at the end of the day. And one thing I think is really important about women in leadership positions is how, determined we are. We have so many obstacles in our way, including discrimination, especially speaking as a woman in the STEM fields. And it's so important and it's so common for us, to take them obstacles and not let them push us down. Whenever we fall down, we brush ourselves up and get right back up because you know how much we have to offer for this world and we don't let obstacles stand in our way. So just generally just saying that I think women leaders are, we have so much empathy, we are so determined, we're so thoughtful, we're creative, and we're so organized. And I believe that, if the world gave us more of a chance to really prove to and show how, much power we do have, I think it would be really beneficial. And that's what I really have to say. Thank you.
That was an amazing answer, Oriana. Thank you, Kayla, for moderating. Just before I start, I want to introduce myself. I'm Sanjana. I'm a freshman at Drexel University, majoring in supply chain management and business analytics. I'm also an intern for JA. I was working on the Women's Future Leadership Academy, but now I'm going to be working on another initiative known as the Fireside Chats. So I think Oriana summed it up really well. I would say the biggest thing to me, being a female leader, is just having confidence. It's super important to believe in yourself and take initiative. As Oriana mentioned, in this world, it's hard for women to really emerge as leaders. So it's important to really go after what you want, be yourself, and be confident in everything that you do.
Absolutely, and I'm so excited to be talking with both of you. Oriana, you've been part of the Women's Future Leadership Academy since the very beginning. How do you mentor people when you're a mentee?
Thank you so much for that amazing question, Kayla. And I think that it's truly all about learning because you realize that, as we grow older, we're constantly learning things new. Even if we're not constantly in school, there's so many things to learn about the world. So just having that open mindset and be willing to learn, not just as like talking to other people in your network, but also learn from your mentee, because with this relationship, it's so important that both people learn from each other. And, just being vulnerable with your mentee as well, I think it's also really important, and just sharing with them that they're not alone to really help bolster that relationship. And I believe that, if they ask you a question that you don't know the answer to, that's perfectly okay. Be honest with them, let them know, okay, I don't know the answer to this question, but I will try my best to come back to you after I consult with other people and to help you find the answer. And just, I think it's really important just to, maintain that vulnerability and just, consistently be open to learning from each other. And I think that really does help. And really saying, as someone who's a mentor and mentee, I think it's important to, just appreciate the time you have as both roles.
Definitely, and I think it's such a unique perspective that you have being both a mentor and a mentee. Sanjana, you've managed to accomplish quite a bit in your first year at Drexel. Do you have any advice on how to make the most out of your college experience virtually?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm almost done with my first year, and unfortunately, it's all been virtual. But actually, there's been a lot of upsides to it as well. So personally, I got involved with a lot of clubs and organizations on campus, as well as a major research project. So my biggest advice would be to really find those communities that you want to be a part of. So it can either be through clubs, organizations, as I mentioned, or even just people that have similar hobbies or interests as you. That'll just make the experience so much more valuable. And if research is something that you're interested in, because I know that a lot of undergrad students are, it's really important to do your own research on professors that do research in areas you're interested in, and really take the initiative to reach out to them, ask if they're interested in meeting and discussing your interests. So bottom line is just put yourself out there and don't be afraid to do so.
Absolutely, I totally echo that. And I love what you said there. We all know that remote learning isn't always easy. The next question is for Oriana. How do you push through those awkward moments, especially during remote learning?
Great question, Kayla. And I think that's really important to step out of your comfort zone a little bit because, as you know, students in this virtual environment, I'm sure we all have the experience. We're put into a breakout room with people we barely know them, and we just have to talk about our assignment. And it can be really awkward. And I think it's important to don't be afraid to be that one person to be like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. My name is so and so, or I mean, the name's already there, but you can still say your name if you want to. Just try to break the ice a little bit because, everyone's, experiencing the same thing. We all feel a little bit awkward. So just being that person to break the ice, that's completely okay. And if you ever had that chance where like you say something while someone else is saying something, that's okay too. That's going to happen in the virtual environment. And you know what? Just to brush it off and be like, you know what? This is awkward. Things may not always work out. That's perfectly okay. We're all learning together. And you know what? At the end of the day, when you have awkward moments in general, just it's okay to, once again, to step out of your comfort zone and do what you have to do or what you think you need to do to help break the ice a little bit and to help move on from the awkward situation. Because awkward situations help you grow, and really help you tune into, what's in the inside to help you develop into a better person. Yeah.
Definitely. I know that I've had those awkward moments during those Zoom breakout rooms as well. And I think you have such a great perspective on that and such a positive one as well. So thank you for that. As we build confidence, we also have to continue to look ahead. Sanjana, what are some ways that you stay motivated to do well in school and participate in extracurricular activities?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is to be genuinely interested in what you're doing. Whatever it is, if you're not interested in it, you'll never be excited about it and you'll never truly have that drive or find that passion to pursue whatever it is that you're doing. So that's the first thing. Genuinely be interested in whatever it is that you're doing. The second thing for me, I really like just staying organized. I think it helps me a lot. I like to just sit down at the beginning of the week and list out my responsibilities for the whole week, whether it's for school or school exams, my extracurricular involvements. I just like to have everything in one place. And one thing that I like to do is make sure that my list is a checklist as opposed to just like a normal list, because then I can go through after I finish my responsibilities, I can check them off, and it just gives me a sense of satisfaction and it makes me feel really productive. So that goes hand in hand with my next point, which is find small things that help you stay motivated and productive, whether that's working at your desk rather than your bed, lighting a candle in your workspace, or having plants in your workspace, or even just making checklists versus regular lists, as I mentioned.
Absolutely. And I love your checklist. I am also a lover of the checklist. So I totally agree there. Thank you. Here's our last question, and it's for both of you. As women, we use our voices to elevate and transform our communities, our state, and our nation. How do you find your own voice? Oriana, let's start with you.
Yeah, of course. I think it's so important just to believe in yourself and, just to really, take the opportunity to have that self-confidence, have that self-love, and to really embrace who you are. Because you know what, even if you're different, that's perfectly okay. And it's so important just to know that I think that you have to realize that, when we don't want to use your voice, it's because we're insecure of our qualities. So it's really important just to, embrace, whatever differences you may have in your life, and take the opportunity to grow from them. And, relaying that back to having your voice, if you're insecure about something, or, you are doubtful about something, you can always reach out to people who have your back, with their friends or family, to answer your questions and to help, boost that confidence that you need to speak out. And it's so important to do so, because your voice is such a powerful tool that can make change. So if you ever are worried about something, or you think that, we have to say is dumb, believe in yourself. It's not stupid. And just take the opportunity to, kind of figure out whether hesitation is, only holding you back. So it's really important just to listen to your gut feeling as well.
I totally agree with Oriana. And just to add to that, just be unapologetically yourself. That's really it. Don't be afraid. Embrace the differences that you have compared to others. Don't run away from them. And especially coming from the perspective of college students, I'm sure we can all agree that with college, things are rarely ever handed to you. So it's important to really go after whatever it is that you want. Take the initiative, seek out opportunities, and be yourself. Just go for it, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid.
Thank you, Oriana and Sanjana. On behalf of all of the interns at Junior Achievement, we would like to thank all the mentors and students who are joining the program today. Oriana and Sanjana, do you have any last remarks?
Yes, I do. As we wrap up Women's History Month, especially because it's the second to last day, I just want to say to take some time to truly, indulge yourself in what women have done, and to do a little research, and to take the time to be like, I'm a woman and I'm proud, and still take the time to embrace it and see the amount of amazing things people have done. And that's what we're having this session here today too, just to take some time to acknowledge that, women are so powerful. We do have a voice, and just to celebrate us just for a second. So I'm really glad you're all able to join us today.
I totally agree with Oriana. And just remember, you guys are the future. You're the future generation of leaders. You guys just be confident, be yourselves, and you have great, bright futures ahead of you. Good luck.
Absolutely. And again, thank you, Oriana and Sanjana, for giving us all this advice today. So students, in a moment, you'll have the opportunity to practice elevating your own voice in the breakout sessions. Remember, this is all about learning and growing as we go. And when we work together and support each other, we can accomplish great things. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.